Hello everyone and welcome to another Tutorial Thursday. My name is Swiss, and for this week we're going to be going over the Lucas and the Ness matchup together all in one video for you guys. I know this is something that people have been asking me for, and I'm definitely glad to be able to actually do this video for you guys. So if you guys like the content, like and subscribe. I have other social media platforms in the description: Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, etc. But anyways, let's go ahead, let's dive right in and let's get it. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to be going over is frame data, because frame data is obviously very important, so that way we know what moves are safe and what moves are not safe when it comes to shield, whiffing, etc. Now, I'm going to go over basically the main moves that you're going to be seeing. So with Lucas, we're going to start with in the neutral, which is going to be the PK fire. It's going to be the main thing. If you guys watched my MVD versus Remy match analysis, then you should have caught on a couple things I was talking about as far as the matchup goes. If not, I highly recommend watching that video rather either before watching this video or after, just to kind of get an understanding of what to do here. So Lucas is going to be using PK fire, which we cannot crouch under. We can only crouch under it if they're going to jump and then use PK fire, so you have to keep that in mind. Try not to stay crouched, or otherwise if they do it on the ground, you're going to get hit by the PK fire. Now, after that, they're generally going to be using aerials, and neutral air is the big one. Comes out frame 7 and -10, -9 on shield. They can also fast fall it at any point in time and then kind of gain the upper hand as far as like frame advantage goes. So generally, they're going to use the neutral air, and then they're going to fast fall it, and then they're going to follow up with either jab, which is frame 2. They got F tilt, frame 7, up tilt, frame 4, and down tilt, which is frame 3. Those are obviously really, really good frame data as far as like his tilts and jabs goes. So you have to really be mindful of that. The biggest thing in this matchup is just making sure that you are going to be patient as possible. The more patience that you have, the better. You don't necessarily want to just have him come with Nair on your shield and then instantly try to do like a short hop downer or something like that, because he might be able to jab you because he's got the frame 2 jab. Again, he can cancel the neutral air by fast falling it and then just be able to hit you. Or if he doesn't fast fall it, he might try to cross you up, whether it's behind you or in front of you. That's something you have to try to react to. So if he like does a neutral air and he ends up behind you, you can try to hurry up and dash attack him if you can. But yeah, that's generally what like Lucas is going to do. Neutral air is a big move that you're gonna have to look out for. Forward air is also another one too. -3, -2 on shield, pretty safe. 7 frames landing lag. And he can also fast fall it and then lead into the same thing: jab, F tilt, up tilt, down tilt. And they're not really going to use grab because grab's a frame 12, so it's a much slower option rather than using his tilts and jabs and stuff. But it is an option you still have to look out for. But I usually would recommend shielding. Just hold the shield if he's going to hit you with any of his aerials, and then just stay in shield, see what he does after, and then try to react after that. Whether, again, it's coming down with the aerial, then moving into jab, F tilt, up tilt, down tilt, or they might come down with the aerial and then hold shield. But usually they don't necessarily grab too much, so you don't really have to worry much about it. And then you got the up air, -3. You're not going to see this too much, but it is a possibility that you could see up air. But yeah, that's another option. Same exact thing, you know, be patient if you're going to shield it. See what they do after, and then try to take advantage after that. Now, let's see here. He's also got down air. Down air, you'll see a little bit. Again, not too much. Even though it has good frame data, it's still like it's one of his laggiest. So that's one reason why you're not really going to see it. And then you got the Zair, and the Zair is definitely threatening as well, because if you're not too familiar with this matchup, he could just zare you across the stage over and over again, and then just lead into like whatever he wants after that usually. So you have to be very careful with the zare. It's -2, so you're not going to be able to punish it, but you just have to really let him go or like see what he does after yet again. Now, after that, again, you know, jab is punishable on shield. It's -19. F tilt's -10, -18 for the up tilt. So you can pretty much punish these options when you do shield it. That's why Lucas's will tend to like use it after like their aerial, because they're relying more on it being fast rather than it being unsafe, because they're definitely hoping that you're going to drop shield, which, you know, people tend to do, and then they end up getting hit by these fast options. And then down tilt as well. Down tilt is pretty safe on shield. Yeah, that's definitely a really good move that he has, so you have to keep that in mind too. Then after that, dash attack, you're not going to see too much or any of this other stuff. Down smash, up smash. Now, up smash has invincibility, if you guys did not know that. Now, you're not going to see, again, too much of this, but there are some Lucases, like kind of like a low-level, mid-level Lucas that might use up smash more than the top Lucas players, mainly because the move has invincibility, you can see from this blue, from the dark blue right here. Go into it right here. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 frames of invincibility. So if you notice that Lucas is going to be up smashing, you don't want to really land on him, because they'll take advantage of it by using the up smash to try to hit you. Like if you come down with like a back air or something like that, because they have invincibility here. So it's not gonna, they're not really gonna care. Though it is -54 in shield. If they whiff it, they're heavily open, so it's basically a free punish. That's why you don't see like the top Lucas players use it that much, because they're open for so long if they miss. But yeah, F smash can reflect as well, so keep that in mind. And then down smash, you're not going to see much down smash, but you do not want to recover low against Lucas because of the fact that the down smash has 3 hits. Also, on top of that, it does extend the hitbox when you go low if he hits the cipher, and you're going to get hit nonetheless. Again, like I mentioned in my MVD versus Remy analysis, you have to go high against this character. You can't go low, because the down smash is so free. It lasts forever. And not only that, but if he hits a cipher, it lasts even longer, and you're not going to be able to air dodge to ledge. So you're just going to get hit is what it is. So you generally need to recover high. And also, outside of down smash, if you go low, you also have to worry about his PK freeze, which again, you know, just don't go low and you'll be fine. The PK freeze is very easy to avoid, in my opinion, unless they try to trap you while landing. But other than that, though, it's not too hard to get around. Unless you're going low or you're on ledge, then yeah, it can be a little scary to deal with. PK Thunder. PK Thunder is a multi-hit versus Ness, so the PK Thunder is not as scary as Ness's, because you can go high, so you can recover high and then not have to worry about Lucas's PK Thunder killing you, because a multi-hit is not gonna have any knockback or anything like that, so you don't really have to worry too much about it. But I will say that Lucas's up B goes much farther than Ness's, so it's going to be able to go through Nikita because of the fact that, again, it's a multi-hit, so it can just plow right through it. You have to cancel it if you want to hit Lucas. And again, if he's like way under the stage, or like, you know, in the bottom corner or whatever, and he's in the little bubble, he's more than likely going to make it. Plus, he can shoot for the wall and then up B again after that too. So you have to really be prepared, or just like know that Lucas is gonna make it back, no matter what range he's at, because his up B goes so far. So keep that in mind. You could try to go off stage to fight Lucas or try to hit him while he's doing the PK Thunder. Most of the time, though, it's gonna be really hard, so it's kind of risky. But if you get hit by PK Thunder 2, you're not really going to die unless you're at like an extremely high percent, versus Ness, where you'll die at like, you know, like 70% or whatever. And then the last thing to worry about, again, frame 12 grab. Watch out for his back throw. His back throw does kill, and it's not as bad as Ness's, but again, it's still a kill throw. So you don't really want to be caught on ledge, or like if the Lucas is shielding on ledge, you don't like want to just go in with a dash attack, otherwise they'll just grab you and then back throw you and kill you. So now we've gone over Lucas, we're gonna go over Ness. So again, it's pretty much the same thing. Like Ness has really fast options, just like Lucas does. His jab is a frame 3, F tilt's frame 7, up tilt is frame 5, down tilt is frame 3, and then only difference is you'll see dash attack a little bit more because it's disjointed. It can also cross up as well on shield. So again, the same thing, you know, PK fire in neutral, 18 frame minus 20 on shield. You can you can like punish him if you're like close enough to him, but yeah, you're gonna have to watch out for PK fire, of course. And then they're gonna come in with their aerials, like neutral air minus 4 has 8 frames landing lag, gonna be extremely hard to punish. If they fast fall it, that if they fall or like land with it, it's gonna be hard to punish. Forward air, same thing, back air, and the up air. So like you're gonna have to worry about all these aerials. He can up air you, fast fall it, and then grab you, which most people don't expect. Sometimes you can sidestep the grab. It's really, I believe it's really all dependent. And then you have the back air, which can kill. It can kill Snake, but also it's a good option for Ness as well. And then the forward air, neutral air, mainly the big two that you're gonna see. But again, they're more than likely going to fast fall it, so that way they can try to like cancel it and then go into, again, jab, F tilt, up tilt, down tilt, etc. So it's kind of the same thing. And then same thing with the neutral air. Short hop down air is going to be your best friend in this matchup, especially if they're not going to fast fall. If they're not going to land with it, you like with the forward air, you could generally just be able to short hop down air out of shield, and potentially the back air as well. But yeah, those are going to be the main ones you're going to see. But Ness also has really good air mobility like Lucas, so they might be able to just cross you up while doing it. So that's why, again, I say you have to have really good patience and try to react to where they land or what they do after they land, and then try to cover that. So it's most important to make sure you're watching your opponent and make sure you're keeping an eye on what they're doing. After that, we have PK Thunder. Now, PK Thunder it has a pretty good knockback. If it has decent knockback, but it's not really going to kill you unless you're like 1 at very high percent or 2 at the top of the screen. It does have the potential to hit Snake out of Cypher as well. And the way to DI it is you want to DI in rather than out. Otherwise, you're going to die earlier than normal. So when you're going up high, just be sure to know that you can back air or down air the PK Thunder, just to knock it out the way, or just to cancel it out, I should say, or you could just fast fall neutral air dodge. I do also recommend still like going high versus going low, because if you go low, he can hit you with the PK Thunder, and then if you DI into him, then he could try to follow it with an aerial of some sort. If you go low, you have to worry about yo-yo, which is his down smash. You don't have to. It's not as scary as Lucas's, because at the very least with the down smash, you can kind of like aim the Cypher at him and then hit him. You can also hold down to let go of the Cypher air dodge up. Like I said, for my past couple of videos already, that's something you could do as well. But yeah, and then usually they're going to be pretty close charging up the yo-yo. You can just get up attack them. So there's that too. But yeah, I recommend going high still because of that. And back air and neutral air has the potential to knock Snake out of Cypher too. So that's why I say it's better off going high, looking out for the PK Thunder and the up air. That's usually what they're going to look for, and then just carry out from there. And other than that, he has a fast grab, frame 6. frame 6 grab option, very fast, very quick. Back throw kills. It kills better than Lucas's, but yeah, it's same thing. If they're shielding on ledge or they're just hanging out on ledge, don't bother going up to them because they're mainly looking for you to choose a bad option, mainly dash attack, so they can grab you and back throw you. And oh yeah, one thing I forgot to say is that so like there's a couple things more actually. The up B, the PK Thunder, of course, you know, you can still go off stage if you want against Lucas to try to hit him before the PK Thunder he reaches PK Thunder 2. But it is risky because if you don't get down there in time and they do PK Thunder 2, it does a lot of knockback. It can kill Snake early. It can also hit you into the stage being an untechable, and you'll just end up dying. So you might be better off using Nikita. His up B does not go as far as Lucas's, but if you are able to land the Nikita while he's doing PK Thunder 2, his distance gets shortened, so he might not even be able to make it back to ledge depending on what distance he's at. So keep that in mind. And then, of course, one thing I failed to mention with Lucas that I'm going to go over as well is the magnet. So the magnet has a hitbox, comes out frame 7 for Ness, and then comes out frame 19, but the absorb starts at frame 7. So this would also be why like sometimes Lucas gets hit by grenades, because this just comes out slower than Ness's. But Lucas's has an auto turn, and also he has better range on his magnet because it's in front of him rather than Ness being just around him. So Lucas is going to be able to absorb easier at a far range, and then Ness just has a better magnet as far as like covering all around him. So there's that. Now he does auto turn, but sometimes he doesn't. I'm not too sure why that is, but sometimes he doesn't auto turn. He just gets hit by a grenade that's behind him. I'm not sure what really like what factors that or what causes that. I don't know if it's sounds like it's something that the move is just it's not like super consistent. Something that they might have to fix as far as the game goes. I'm not sure, but yeah, sometimes he doesn't auto turn. But I wouldn't say to use grenades to hope that happens. That's still risky. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does happen. And other than that, that's pretty much it as far as the frame data goes. So we're gonna go into the game real quick just to go over a couple things as far as the neutral, advantage, disadvantage, and then pretty much go from there. So as far as stages goes for stage selection, I personally like PS2 and Battlefield against these two characters. I don't really have much of a problem as far as using these stages. Now, Town and City, I don't really recommend Town and City because the ceiling is higher, so they're gonna live longer to up tilt. And Ness's and Lucas's have really good movement to where it could be hard to hit them at times. So it could be hard to just land an up tilt in general. And if you do, and they're only at like 100 or something, they're not gonna die. You're not gonna really take the stock on Town City versus like something that has like a smaller blast zone from the top, like maybe like Battlefield or PS2 or Yoshi's or whatever. So I don't really recommend Town and City. Plus also the side blast zones are smaller, so they could kill you earlier, like Ness's back air or Ness and Lucas back throw. So there's that too. Smashville I think is okay. I think Smashville is pretty decent in the matchup. I think Lilat is as well. FD is okay too. But yeah, I generally don't like to fight them on Town and City. Or Kalos kind of. I kind of don't like Kalos either. Or Yoshi's. But those are my takes. I just don't like Yoshi's in general. And I don't really like Kalos too much either. But I would say probably stay away from Town and City for sure. And then just kind of go from there. I do also think that if it is legal, you should be able to take them to 75M. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, that's what I think as far as the stages goes. So now that we're in the game, we're gonna go over a little bit on how to play the matchup. And the first things first is, again, so like both of these characters have a magnet. right? So we generally don't necessarily want to like throw grenades or stuff like that, because if they do, they will heal off of it. They can heal off of grenade, Nikita, F smash, up smash, and C4. So that's quite an amount of moves that from Snake, and it's obviously his best moves. So you have to be very, very careful on how you use these moves. Now, at the beginning of the match, don't be afraid to use grenades because they're already at 0%. So if they magnet any form of grenades, then you're not losing out on anything because of the fact that they're already at 0. So you're not really, nothing bad is really happening for that interaction. But if they get in close, they could hit grenades by you just keeping them around or trying to like frame one nade out of their combos or whatever. That's fine. But the reason why you would want to still use grenades in the beginning is because you could potentially get like the grenade into neutral air, into like dash attack or whatever. So you could end up getting damage out of that. So it's kind of like the reason why you still want to use these options. So that way you could still like try to get percent or damage off of that. Then after that, if you do get like a combo of some sort, whether it's the grenade or C4 into neutral air dash attack, or you get like a grenade into back air or something, then at that point you want to you kind of just want to like not really use grenades anymore. You could still have C4 on the ground to like cover the stage, but you want to be very, very careful on how you blow up the grenades. I mean, the C4. You don't want to just drop it and then blow it up immediately, or like you don't want to have it like, let's say right on Lucas, and then let's say he hits me and I'm off stage, and then I detonate it like that. That's very, very easy to read because that's what snakes tend to do a lot. So you have to be, again, very careful on how you're going to actually blow up the C4. Make sure you're mixing up your detonate times and choosing to detonate them at pretty much the weirdest options that you could think, the weirdest points that you could think of, so that way you could potentially hit Ness or Lucas. But yeah, that's what you want to do with C4. So again, generally in the neutral, you can use grenades, that's fine. Try to rack up some damage, try to get some follow-ups off of it, get some percent lead going, and then after that, you just want to play it safe. Don't use grenades anymore. You want to focus on CQC. CQC is going to help you out a lot in this matchup, especially if you want to get better at CQC with Snake. You can play the Ness and Lucas matchup because you kind of can't use grenades or explosives against these guys, otherwise they're going to heal. So that could be very beneficial. Also, not only that, but if you have good CQC, it could make the matchup much easier, which is why some people either say Ness and Lucas wins or Ness and Lucas is even as far as the matchup goes. So good ways of CQC is like trying to space them out with down tilt. So that's a good option to have. Or if they're going to jump at you with an aerial, like let's say they jump at you with neutral air, trying to dash back and then do like a turnaround down tilt helps out a lot. Something that I would recommend like practicing with, because like in the neutral, they're usually going to be the ones that are going to try to come at you outside of PK fire. So like they'll try to PK fire in the neutral, but if you have a good spacing, if you're far enough, it's not going to press you at all. So they're going to usually try to come in and use their very safe aerials and very fast tilts and jabs to be able to hit you. So in that case, you could try to keep a good distance, and then if they jump at you, you could dash back, turn around down tilt, or go for a grab if they whiff. Sometimes you could go for a pivot grab. Not the best option, but it's there in case you might want to. Mainly for Lucas though, not for Ness, because his Ness's aerials have much more disjoints than Lucas, so the pivot grab's not really going to reach farther than Ness's disjointed aerials. But for Lucas's Nair, as an example, you can kind of pivot grab it. Again, not like the best option, but it's still there in case you might want to try it. But again, best thing, turn around down tilt, dash back, or like you can crawl in front if they're going to jump in at you, and then turn around down tilt the other way, crawl in front, dash attack, crawl back, dash attack, etc. So those are going to be like the best options you could do as far as the neutral goes. Just kind of like stay moving, but like you don't really want to have too much explosives around unless they're at low percent, which is primarily going to be like 0, maybe 10%. But anything after that, I tend to not really, I don't use it anymore. So that's what I do. And this is going to be for both Ness and Lucas as well, by the way. So, you know, the game, even though I have Lucas here, you know, it works the same for Ness. Same thing. Turn around down tilt, try to get them to whiff. If they hit you on shield, stay in shield, see what they do after, and then try to use your out of shield options to hit them after they use their tilts or whatever it is, because those are going to be the laggy ones rather than the aerials. And that's basically it for as far as the neutral goes. Now, as far as like up close, that's going to be basically, again, what I said. The aerials, watch out, see what they do, and then go for the punish after. And when you're up close, I would say try not to use dash attack too much. Ness and Lucas players tend to really know when you're going to dash attack. I mean, you could do it like a couple times at the beginning of the match just to let them know that, hey, you're going to be dash attacking. So that way they'll start shielding more. And then you condition them to shield more. You go for the grabs instead. And then that's basically all there is to it. So you really have to play patient, as well as making sure you're mixing up as much as possible. Back air also works well up close, mainly for just their neutral airs. If they're gonna use like forward air, that has like a big disjoint. So back air is gonna lose those interactions. Also neutral air will as well. So if you know they're going to jump and use neutral air, then you could try to go for the back air. Otherwise, if they're gonna be using like forward air or something, then you kind of just want to let them go, try to get them to whiff or shield, and then see what they do after. Other than that, though, the only other thing to mention up close is that if you get the grab, down throw F tilt does work on both Ness and Lucas, but it's a little bit of, you have to remember basically that if you down throw them on the left side, such as this, it works at 125. And if they're on the right side like this, it only works at 142. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, if you don't, and they're at 126, you down throw them this way, and you try to F tilt them, it's not going to work because they have to be at 142, and they could potentially end up hitting you for doing that. After that, let's go ahead and talk about the advantage state. Now, the advantage state, of course, is going to be off stage. So once they're off stage, such as this, you know, you're going to have to try to hit them with Nikita, or you could try to go off stage. Again, a risky option, but, you know, it's really up to you if you want to try that or not. Now, when you're using Nikita, you have to bait the magnet, because you can't just go straight in and hit them because they're going to magnet. And if you hit them while they have the magnet out, they're just going to heal, and then they're going to be able to come back on stage. So you have to bait the magnet out. I like to kind of just like float it around them, wait for that magnet to come out, and then after it comes out, you wait for it to disappear, because then at that point they have to recover after that, and then you could try to use that time to hit them. It's going to be a little bit harder for Lucas, though, because of the fact that, one, his PK Thunder has a multi-hit, so it could just go right through the Nikita. But also he has a Zair, so he could use his Zair to just get to tether back onto the ledge. So he can get to ledge faster than Ness. Also, as well, they do have the farthest air dodges in the game as far as the directional air dodges. So they go extremely far with air dodge. So generally, if they're like hovering around here, if they're kind of close to the ledge, they're kind of hovering around here or something, they're generally going to air dodge in. Or even like a little bit back from here, they're going to air dodge in, because, again, their air dodge goes extremely far. So you have to pretty much be ready for them to air dodge. And if they do, you could down air them like this. Down air lasts long enough to hit to actually punish them for air dodging, or you could try to crash the Nikita into the wall to hit them for air dodging, or just turn it around and then try to hit them after their air dodge is done if they do it if they do it way too far out. So that's generally what you have to do against Ness and Lucas. So again, bait out the PK Thunder. I mean, sorry, the magnet with Nikita. Don't go straight in for them. And then once they do the PK Thunder, then you can try to hit them. You can also try to 2-frame down smash them. That's a possibility as well. Make sure that you have it spaced right so that way it does 2-frame. You have to do it like right around here. You can't do it like right here. But yeah, if you want a 2-frame, you have to do it like right here. Also as well, you could try to blow up C4 to hit them. And then again, you know, with Lucas specifically, watch out for the Zair. And for both characters, watch out for air dodge in or air dodge in general, which they'll tend to do because, again, they have the farthest air dodges in the game. And they go extremely, extremely far. So you could use down air to try to beat it out. You can also use back air like this, or you could like turn around, back air like that. Both aerials last a very long time, so that's why it's good to use them to just beat out the air dodge. And after that, once they're on the ledge, I would say that you want to have like a decent edge guard, but you have to keep in mind that you need to bait the magnet at all times, whether it's in the neutral or up close. A good way to bait magnet is to use up smash and then go for a down smash, mainly because if you're on ledge like this and you're up smashing, what they're gonna think is, okay, he threw on an up smash, I can magnet it, so I'm gonna jump off, I'm gonna drop off ledge like this and then magnet. And if they do that, that's why you have the down smash. You can also do down tilt if you want, but if you really want the kill, you can go for down smash. If you just want to hit them for doing it, then just use down tilt. So you have to keep in mind that, you know, as far as edge guarding goes, you don't want to keep too much around. Like, you don't want to have a bunch of grenades here and then up smash, because they're going to be able to use magnet if you take too long to set that up too. But be ready for them to pull magnet and then try to hit them with the down smash. You can go for a down tilt. You can go for a back air. Those are going to be like the general options that you would want to just punish them for pulling out the magnet. So yeah, but I recommend like up smash and then a down smash. That's what MVD tends to do as well. Shogun does like up smash and then down tilt, or he'll have the grenade here and then he'll down tilt. Or he'll have the C4 down tilt and do something like that. So there's a lot of options that you have, but yeah, just be ready for the magnet to come out, and then that's when you punish it. Think of the up smash as a bait more than an attack that you want to land. So that's what you need to do. And same thing in the neutral. You know, if you throw like a grenade, or if you have a grenade out, you can use it as bait as well. You could throw the grenade, they'll magnet, and then you could dash attack them. That's a very simple one. You could have grenade, hold it, do that, and then back air them for pulling out the magnet. You know, there's definitely a quite amount of options. You could do that if you wanted. You know, it's really all dependent. So basically, again, with the magnet, you have to make sure you're trying to bait them. Just go for baits instead of thinking, I want this C4 and I want this grenade or up smash to hit them. Think of it more more the lines of, I need them to get the magnet out so I could punish them for doing it. And that's what I definitely recommend. So after that, we have disadvantage. Disadvantage wise, again, I do not recommend going low, because of the fact that Lucas's down smash lasts forever. Also as well, if they touch the Cypher with it as you air dodge up, something similar to this, then the down smash will connect with the Cypher, it'll extend the hitbox, and then the down smash lasts even longer. So when you air dodge up towards the ledge like this, you're gonna get hit, is what it is. So there's nothing you could do to really get around it. It's very easy for Lucas to land that as well. So that's why I say it's best off to go high. Even even if you're in a weird situation where you're down here, you know, it might be best just to blow yourself up and then try to recover high. Try to go up high, something like this, air dodge back, or whatever. So it's very important to do that. Now with Ness's down smash, the yo-yo, you can Cypher push down and then air dodge up. So that way the Cypher will, one, either hit Ness, or two, if the yo-yo touches the Cypher, it'll generally like it'll still cause the hitbox to last longer, but they might also be tricked into thinking that they want to release it like right at that moment when the Cypher touches it, so they might end up missing. And of course, again, Ness has to down smash pretty close to the ledge, so you could just get up attack him. I don't see a lot of people use get up attack for some reason. They usually like do a neutral get up and then the yo-yo just hits them, or they'll roll and then the down smash will hit them. So you can also even just like jump back and then up B. You could do something like that just to try to get around it, or you could just try to do a get up attack. So yeah, that's why I say again, you want to go high. There's not as much you have to deal with. You have to deal with their up airs, of course, and then as well as the PK Thunder. With Lucas's PK Thunder, it's a multi-hit, so they'll be able to hit. If they hit you, it's not really going to have any knockback, so you're not going to die from PK Thunder, so it's not really too much of a big deal. But Ness's PK Thunder does have knockback, and it can kill you, and it knocks you out of Cypher as well. So you have to make sure you DI in instead of out, otherwise you're going to die early. And if you're going up high, definitely make sure to note that down air does beat PK Thunder as well as back air. So that way you're not going to get hit by it, and then you could try to land safely. That would be the main things that you want to do. And try to land away from Lucas and Ness, because again, Lucas has the invincible up smash, and then, you know, Ness could just like basically pivot grab you or something, or whatever the case is, to just try to hit you. So I do recommend making sure you land away, reset the neutral, and then just go back to what I said on how to play the neutral against these guys. And other than that, like when you're getting comboed, you can try to frame one nade. But yeah, the combos are something you're gonna have to try to make sure that you get around. You know, one, try not to get hit, obviously, because a lot of their options just ends up leading into other aerials and other combos and stuff. So like Lucas can do like the jab down tilt grab. You know, Ness has like the down throw into forward air, and then can try to read you for like a down air or whatever. So you could try to frame one nade out. Otherwise, most of the time you just kind of have to hold it. You just have to hold that damage. But yeah, you could try to frame one nade out if you can. But that's basically it. You don't want to keep grenades alone. You don't want to leave them alone with grenades, such as something like this. Otherwise, it's a free heal for them. Or if they're coming in, you have to like make sure you have good movement. So like try to just like move away from the grenade, but keep it near you like this, because if they do magnet, you're close enough to where you could dash attack them. But if they hit you, like let's say you have this grenade, they grab you, they throw you, you're off stage, and then that's a free grenade for them to heal. So another reason why you don't want to keep grenades around too much. Outside of that, I would say that's pretty much it as far as the matchup goes. If you have like any questions, definitely feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. Again, in the description, I have Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, etc. If you want to support me, definitely feel free to do so. And I really appreciate you all watching this video. As far as like any last notes or anything like that, again, the matchup is personally whatever you think it is. It goes by from player to player, to be honest. And if you have really good CQC, most people are going to say it's even. But if you are more of like a camping snake, or your snake is more the lines based on projectiles, then it's it might be in Ness and Lucas's favor. You know, like I don't really have the best CQC, so it is like a little hard for me. But I still think it's even though, to be honest. As far as like the matchup goes, I think Lucas is probably a little bit harder, mainly just because we don't see Lucas too much. A lot of people don't play Lucas a lot, so that's one thing's for sure. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys learned something. Thank you all for watching the video, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye now.
Never duplicate you, never multiply two. Everyone copy and paste, mask all up in on their face. Disney fantasy MPH, they are cool with their complacent. You feel it in you, then you brush it off you. Ain't significant, but you got something we want, and your whole life is a taunt, cause you will not just comply. Waking up for your day.